Nope, you're stopping. It's not even close. You're stopping. You don't have to put the whole tube in your mouth again. Just wrap your lips right here and seal it. So don't open your mouth like that. Just
too big?
Yeah, way too big.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. You know what? Before I even continue with this article, let me just say this. Good job. Good job, okay, guy? Because honestly, I forgot you even fucking existed. And to be a worker means that you have to get people in their feelings to the degree where they pay attention to you. Now, would I necessarily say you got me in my feelings? Not really, but at the same time, you put yourself on the radar by saying stupid shit. Now granted, it's going to be for a fleeting moment, and like most clout chasers, when you don't actually have any fucking talent and you have to actually rely on the antics, it's only going to be specifically just for a topic of a video, and then we move on with our lives, forgetting you ever existed once again, until you do something else really fucking stupid. Link is down in the description box below. Former WWE star Matt Riddle says CM Punk, and I quote, sucks at fighting, and is, and I quote, a bitch to work with in the back. During an interview with the Going Ringside podcast, former WWE star Matt Riddle was asked about the possibility of joining AEW. When CM Punk's drama with the company was brought up, Riddle stated the following, and I quote, you know, I'm not a big fan of that guy either. That guy sucks at fighting, and he's a bitch to work with in the back. Why? Because he just bellyaches and complains. This guy complains about getting multiple world title runs. I've heard from my boys that still work there, WWE obviously, that he is a headache. And this isn't a storyline. This is the facts. So this is what it is. And then, get this, he goes on to say this about John Cena. I shit you not. I worked with Cena. I like working with Cena. He was a great guy. A nice guy. Professional. Yeah, I mean, we've had our little tiffs. The first time I met him, I accidentally said I thought he would be bigger. I don't think he likes being called small. Which isn't what I said, but I thought he'd be bigger. He kind of gave me a verbal lashing back and forth, and he gave me crap for being the king of bros. Tried to get me to explain what that was, and no answer was good enough for John Cena. I mean, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's the purpose of like I said, we all know the purpose of this. It's to stay relevant within the wrestling business. And like I said, kudos to you for a fleeting moment, at least to be a subject of a commentary video. And maybe most people commentary videos if they're following the situation right now, which is not even really mostly a situation. I think there's a broader topic to be discussing here at the moment. And I think Matt Riddle, in the way he's actually conducting himself right here, is a perfect example as to why. Matt, and any wrestler of this nature, okay, stop it with the antics. Alright, stop it with the antics. The constant mudslinging at WWE. That's AEW's gimmick, okay? That's AEW's gimmick. The constant bitching and moaning and complaining and groaning and yada and yada and yada. That's Velveteen Dream's gimmick, okay? Okay, I know you do it a lot. And to be fair, okay, you're a tough son of a bitch, and I'm pretty sure you could probably beat the shit out of 99% of the WWE wrestlers who currently work there at the moment. That doesn't mean you can go around and cry like a little bitch on every occasion when it comes to superstars I don't even think you met. And that's not me saying it, that's you not saying whether or not you met them and you heard it through the grapevine as to whether or not they're a good person or a bad person. Now, Matt, unless you have a wrestling, hear me out now, okay? Unless you have a wrestling commentary channel where you could bitch on all day, not saying that I bitch. Sorry. Or unless, you know, you're a woman who likes to spill tea on professional wrestling. Not saying that's me also. Wait a minute. Look. going around while still being in the business and trying to make a name for yourself in whatever irrelevant fucking company you're working for at the moment, you're not going to be doing yourself any favors shitting on two superstars who have nothing to do with you. Okay? I get it. Someone asked you a question. But doesn't make sense to go out of your way to be a disrespectful little shithead for no reason, especially when you've never really met the person before that you're talking shit about. I don't think that's a smart thing to do. I mean, you may think it's a smart thing to do, but at the same time, you no longer work for WWE, so I don't know which one happens to be smarter at the moment, right? You guys know the old saying, right? You can't be a fool unless you open up your mouth. And considering that I never worked for WWE before, I can't say I have a track record with them. But you can. And every which way you fucked up. Okay? So how about we be a little bit more diplomatic about this whole entire situation, right? How about we don't go out of our way to talk shit about CM Punk if we're trying to make a name for ourselves to maybe, hopefully, eventually make some type of name for ourselves to get back into the good graces of WWE, because I would like to think if you're not 40, you might be pushing 40 at the moment. That's what you want to do as far as the end go, regarding what your profession allows you to go after at the moment, right? Not wrestling in some rinky-dink bullshit promotion that I have no clue even fucking exists, in order for you to talk shit online about wrestlers who are actually legendary and doing something for themselves currently at the moment. Because what that makes you sound like is a little hoe who's absolutely jealous of the position that those superstars currently are in right now, most likely based off your alpha male bullshit persona of believing that you can kick everybody's ass, and knowing that you can kick this guy's ass and he happens to be doing the thing that you like currently at the moment. It makes you very, very sad. We get it. Insecurity. Talk to your boy Ricochet. I mean, you guys both like doing weird shit with your assholes anyways, so you might actually get along. But then we go a little bit further and then we start talking about his position in regards to John Cena, because that's the big one. CM Punk, okay, sure. If for nothing else, he has a reputation. Does that reputation have any standing as far as today is considered? I don't know. But, very least, reputation. John Cena, though, what do you mean, dude? Are you admitting that you're a complete retard? I mean, you didn't have to admit that. We have, a television and cell phones and ears and eyes. We can see that for ourselves. But I mean, actively proving the retardation that you have existing inside your tiny little man brain. Why would you go out of your way to attempt to bury John Cena, or at the very least talk shit about him, and believe that you're innocent in everything that you're saying about the man? Does that make any sense to you? Huh? Do you think going out of your way to actively call a guy small who's a professional wrestler, do you legitimately think that's a good idea? You don't think you're being a snarky little asshole? Huh? Do you really not think that, dude? Okay, what if I walk backstage and at the risk of you kicking the shit out of me, call you as far as how your face looks like, right? You look like Shawn Michaels as far as the development into his updated drug usage. Like, you look like Shawn Michaels who did fentanyl. Like, how would you actually look at that, huh? What would you think about that? Now, again, I would most likely think that you're a manlet and you probably attack me for talking shit about you, or you probably get in my face and say it to my face, bro. Probably. But it still doesn't change the fact that, you look like Shawn Michaels on meth. How would you like that, huh? No, you probably wouldn't like that all too much, right? You probably wouldn't like that all too much, okay? You're more like the crackhead kid. And really, I mean, I wouldn't be too far from the truth. I mean, considering that, from my understanding, hearing the rumors, it's nice if you don't like to have your nose a little bit dirty once in a while. So, hey, right? Your nose is about as dirty as your booty hole. And a lot of things been in both also, from my understanding. Playboy. I remember I used to stick up for Matt Riddle a lot back in the days, right? Especially with the situation regarding his crazy-ass wife or his crazy-ass girlfriend, or whatever, which his mistress, I mean, the dude is always surrounded about, I mean, right? He's the guy, right? Surrounding with all the promiscuous women and whatnot, right? Like, I don't understand, like, how did you fall so far for relevancy to be where you're at currently at the moment, where you have to use CM Punk and John Cena in order to have people talk about you? I remember you used to be the guy talked about, at the very least, by your fucking retarded mistresses in order to stay relevant for them as far as their social media accounts and all this other kind of stuff. I remember that woman who called you a gay and said, "Hey, Matt Riddle likes to have things put up his booty hole. Let me explain to you why this happens to be the case, and let me put him on blast for being a complete and utter asshole to me." She used to use you for clout, and now here you are in the woman's position, bent over as usual, not according to me, but according to your mistress, using other wrestlers' dicks in order to stay relevant, bro. How does that happen, man? I had so much faith in Matt Riddle too, right? I thought his character was an updated RVD. I thought he had a certain swagger about him, the way he carried himself. Like, he could be a bit of a dumbass as far as his character is considered, but then again, it could be art imitating life. But at the same time, though, I used to always think to myself with Matt Riddle, that guy right there, he has an unspoken charisma, right? There's something about that guy that kind of, I don't know, it kind of oozes cool. And then, you know, he fucked it all up because he's a fuck up. I mean, it's like Buddy forgot that he had a family and, you know, constantly doing stupid shit outside of your relationship regarding your family. So no good look, boyo. And it's not as if you slipped up once. It's not as if you slipped up twice. It's not as if you had WWE's backing in regards to their lawyers. There was a lot of pushing to get you on a straight and narrow. Emphasis on straight and narrow. Because I heard your dick is crooked too. Not me, your mistress said that. There was a lot of I feel so bad, bro. I feel so bad for the amount of people who wasted so much time on your stupid ass to actually make something out of you. And then the worst part about it is, like I said, you leave WWE. Sorry, you were fired by WWE, and you made nothing out of your life since. Even worse, you haven't learned a goddamn thing. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. You haven't learned a fucking thing, boyo. And you're pushing 40, once again, if not already 40. I'm not sure. Why? Why do wrestlers keep going out of their way to sabotage their positions within the industry? Why do wrestlers keep going out of their way to not get out of their own fucking way? It makes no sense to me. I gotta reiterate this one more time. There was a point in time where Matt Riddle was gonna be that dude. Remember, he was one of the few people who had a world championship match with Roman Reigns. And probably the rarest exception, if not one of, or if not the only person, to have a television world championship match with Roman Reigns on television. Did I mention television twice? Sorry, I must be smoking that Riddle. My thing is, it feels like, and this is not the first time, necessarily speaking, that I've heard him talk a lot of shit. I've heard him talk shit when he was working with WWE also, you know, the stuff that he was saying about The Undertaker and how he can kick his ass and all that kind of stuff. After the remarks Undertaker made about boys in the back playing video games rather than, you know, rolling dice in the hood or whatever, or drinking out of 40s. I don't know what the fuck Taker was talking about. Essentially calling the fucking locker room soft. Okay, I'm tired of shit. I can't remember verbatim what the fuck Taker said. Not the point. The point is, though, Matt Riddle ran his mouth then too. And then obviously, you know, the whole Goldberg beef. And it's not to say that anything that Matt Riddle is necessarily saying is wrong. It's just that, I mean, one, Glass House probably should stop throwing rocks. That's one thing. And then two, dude, you're a fucking jobber to the stars, essentially. Okay? In almost every way, shape, or form. And in almost every time frame that I've seen you talking shit, it was to the point where it was like, I so badly wanted to like jump through the screen and like push him out of the sidewalk, like push him onto the sidewalk, like out of the road, because he's standing in traffic right now. I don't think he can recognize the oncoming traffic. I just wanted him so badly to get out of the middle of the road, but he just wanted to stand in the middle of the road, and he was doing Swerve Strickland's dance in the middle of the fucking road while watching those oncoming cars pass right by him. And now look at him. Look at this loser, okay? Look at him. Fucking look at him. Look at the dweeb. He had every opportunity in the world to be one of the most relevant superstars and actually one of the most prevalent superstars. The amount of people that he feuded with, the amount of people that he was actually put on the map in order to stand out with. This extends past Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins too. You probably could even feud it with CM Punk if you wanted to, if you played your fucking cards right. Now look at you. No longer in WWE, probably making shit money. And now you have to stay relevant by talking shit about WWE stars. Look at you. You fit right in with AEW. You say you want to join them, I think you should join them. Again, you fit perfectly. Only problem is I don't think Tony Khan wants you to join the company either, for two reasons. A, he knows your history. As the wrestling nerd he is, he knows the ongoings of the wrestling industry. And even though he wants to say that he doesn't watch WWE or he doesn't keep up with WWE, I'm pretty sure he at the very least keeps up with their contracts. And I think he knows about your situation. So you're probably not going to go there because he doesn't want the fucking headache. And even if he did want the headache, B, that would mean that he will have the highest drug stash from you. I mean, can you imagine being Tony Khan and having Matt Riddle around you while you're a complete drug addict? I mean, come on, bro. Matt Riddle will go out of his way to snort all your cocaine before you get the opportunity to snort all your cocaine, bro. But let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Sorry, I sound very low energy right now, and that's because I'm fucking tired of shit. I just got off of work recently. But what do you guys feel Matt Riddle should be doing right now other than talking shit about people who actually have a career in professional wrestling? Oh, wait, no, he works on the indies. So I said exactly what I said correctly. Okay, no mistaken. Should Matt Riddle go out of his way to talk more shit about wrestlers because he fucking can? Because he has that bully mentality of picking on people he know he can kick the shit out of? Or is it one of those situations where, no, Devontae, Matt Riddle is actually doing the right thing. He is trying to make a name for himself. He is trying to stand out. He is doing everything in his power in order to stay relevant. And if that means using CM Punk's name, even though he's never met the dude ever in his entire fucking life, from my understanding, he has never worked with him. He has never been backstage in the locker room with him, yet he's name fucking dropping him. Or you go after the biggest star currently in professional wrestling in the last 25 years and suggest, hey, let me tell you a story as to why I call the biggest star in the entire business a derogatory term, because that's totally going to do great wonders for my career, right? I said it once to him and he fucking hated it, so the smart thing to do is to reiterate it again, because I'm Matt fucking Riddle and I got no brain. What did John Cena say? Fee, fi, fo, fum. Oh, god damn, my brain went numb. Damn, I'm dumb. You are, Matt. You absolutely are. But we do have something in common that I'm about to do right about now. So, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you fine folks later. A deuces and a pea. Ice. Stick it, ooh, ooh.